a little weird that this is going to be the way that this channel actually gets started. Been thinking about doing an all sports channel for a while, and didn't think that the way that sports channel would be. So this is just more so an intro for what's about to happen. So you're going to jump into conversation in a second. Intro, so everyone who's confused, like, what's this channel? I always want to do a sports channel where I just talk about sports and I have a big sports brain, sports guru. And I was going to like I thought about different ways where I was going to go about it. Like I'll do it this way or do it that way. But there was some recent news involving Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like as a Packers fan, this is the way to get this channel up and going. I also want to like wait until I was in a proper setting to commit to this. So here's the inaugural video for Archangel Sports. We'll enjoy leaving thoughts you have in the comments below. Follow me on Twitch. That's where this initial conversation happened at. Catch you guys on the next one. There's no outro for so the intro and outro for the video this moment. Be kind to one another. Hope you all enjoy and leave any thoughts on the topic in the comments below. Be safe. So what it seems like, I'm looking at the freaking the reports, and like it's what most people are saying. Aaron Rodgers is like basically trying to force a contract extension. Hackers wanted him to like take a restructure so he can have more money. Weird. Kind of like I don't want to rant about that. Like I don't want to go too into it, but like he just signed a contract extension like a year ago, if not 2 years ago. He's only played one. He had a 4-year contract extension. He's only played 1 year of that extension, so he wants another contract extension after he recently just got a contract extension. Like I hate that about athletes. Like they'll just sign a contract and then want another contract a year and a half later. It's like you just signed a new contract extension. I don't know. Packers are used to it though. They had to deal with that kind of shit when it came to like freaking Brett Favre. Favre like, I'm retiring, and then freaking decide he's not retiring. Like, are you gonna retire? You're not gonna retire. Now Rodgers is, I want to get traded because you won't give me another contract, even though I just signed a contract extension like a year and a half ago. It's one of the most unlikable things about a pro athlete, because it's kind of like it's a greedy mindset when you literally just sign a contract extension, but you want another contract extension after you already signed a contract. Yeah, the thing about it though is they literally came out recently, like after he said what he said, 'cause he made it public just to freaking be dramatic. But they said they have like no interest in trading him, and they don't have to. Kind of like with Deshaun Watson in Houston, Texas. Deshaun Watson requested a trade, and they said no. And here we are. He's not getting traded. Deshaun Watson's not getting traded because he said he's want to get. He doesn't say he's not getting traded. You sign a contract. You can't just be like, I want to get traded, unless you got a freaking clause in your contract that actually allows you to just be like, I'm getting traded. Now people do have like no trade clauses where it's like they can choose, not to get traded or who to get traded to. But there's no like clause in Watson's contract or Rodgers' contract where it's like they have to be traded if they ask for one. What's the worst that Rodgers is gonna do? Sit out? Alright, sit out. Good job. Sit out and not make money. Because if you sit out in football, you really get fined. Congrats. Not only that, you're solely in your like how people view you. People are just gonna think that like when Watson decided that he wanted to get traded and literally told the Texans he will sit out, fans started hating Watson. Fans are gonna start hating Rodgers because he, if he decides to just sit out because he wants to get traded. He doesn't even want to get traded. He just wants a new contract. He wants the Packers to like fully commit to him. That's what his actual goal is. He wants a full commitment from the team. With the reason being, he wants to make sure that Jordan Love has 0 chance to ever play. He wants to make sure that he's a Packer till like he's fucking 40-something years old. His current contract has him playing for them until he's freaking 38. He wants to legit be playing. He's like 40, 42 years old. And it's gross. And like it'll become like a, I'm Aaron fucking Rodgers. So I deserve to get exactly what I freaking want. You owe me. It's like, no one owes you shit, Aaron. Like, congrats. You're one of the best quarterbacks ever played a fucking game, but you won one Super Bowl. Congrats. Congrats on, like, being a player who legitimately freaking decides he wants to take away from the team instead of freaking trying to actually help build the team. You think about guys like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is constantly taking contract restrictions. Not restrictions, restructures. Why? Because Tom Brady wants to freaking keep winning championships. That's why Brady wins championships. Because he's constantly restructuring his contract. But whenever the Patriots will win a Super Bowl or not win a Super Bowl, regardless of whatever, Brady will always restructure his contract because he wants the Patriots to have enough money to sign better players. You can't sign better players if your QB's making a shit ton of money. That's why you got like the Chiefs. The Chiefs in the future will not be able to afford anything because they gave what's his face Patrick Mahomes a new contract recently, where they're gonna have their money tied up in Mahomes for a while. So being able to like re-sign great players is gonna be rough. You're gonna have to like legit stay building through the freaking draft to get people who can play for the team. That or rely on like 1 year freaking contracts with veteran players who are still trying to like, you know, be competitive. Ooh, I love discussion. So what I expect to happen is literally nothing. I expect Rodgers to either A, stay a Packer, or B, sit out. The only way I can see Green Bay deciding to trade him is if some team makes, you know, one of the riskiest trades of all fucking time and legit trade like legit 6 fucking first-round draft picks. I'd imagine that's what they'll freaking like. They'll tell the teams to call. The team calls for Aaron Rodgers and say like, "You want 6 first-round picks." And if a team's desperate enough to take that draft, like, all right, I would take that trade for the Packers. If I told a team we want 6 picks, 6 first-round draft picks, not like just 6 picks, 6 first-round draft picks, and the team goes, sure, I'm taking that. Like, unless your draft team sucks, you're setting yourself up for the future for very well. 6 freaking first-round draft picks.
A lot of dead
Or a 35-year-old quarterback who only won one Super Bowl.
I was stopping a civil war.
Was wrong about you.
Again, the worst that happens is your draft team sucks and you waste those 6 picks. That's the worst that can happen. The best that can happen, all 6 of those picks. And now you have like legit Pro Bowlers. At like the mid-tier, just Pro Bowlers. At best, Super Bowl champions. Like if I was Packers GM, I would try to cash in on it. I feel like he's bluffing. That's what I feel like. I feel like he's bluffing, and he's like going public about not wanting to be on the team anymore, just to force the team to do what he wants, which is get like a new contract. Which here's the thing: if in his new contract he wants like, you know, an extra 2 or 3 years on it, so it'll go from a 4 to a freaking 6 or 7 year contract. That would be fine if he just agrees to take less money. Like that's mostly what I would want him to do. I won't if I'm an NFL fan, what kind of fan, and a player wants a new deal, sure, but can you at least freaking take less money then? Because this team has no fucking money, can't afford anybody. Wondering why the Packers don't have any good receivers other than Devontae Adams? Because they can't afford anybody. That's why the Packers only have 1 good receiver. They can't afford anybody. Yo, Shigoki, can you help? I'm kind of getting ganked right now. That's just how I view it, though. You know, people are allowed to, like, think differently on it. And like, no, just cave in. He's Aaron Rodgers. Give him whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
Archers.
Delay that order.
Send his ass to the freaking Broncos and let them, you know, give up
Napoleon gave him the palace.
their future for him.
It will take more than a palace to rule our people.
We will remove the pretender to the Emperor's throne.
I think it's a full of shit thing, and to me, honestly, it, like I said, it's solely the opinion of him as a person, as a player. How he is as a player is always gonna be exactly the same. But it's solely him as a player when he makes those kind of like decisions, because that's what separates people like Tom Brady from people like Aaron Rodgers. You might have all the good stats in the world, but you don't think about the team first. You think like you're selfish. You're a selfish player, and selfish players don't win championships, which is why he has one and Brady has 6. Brady's not selfish. He has no issue sacrificing his own money to keep the team going. Whereas Rodgers is like, I want the money. Fuck the team.
A fortress within a fortress.
You know, like if he feels insulted because he was asked to take less money, fuck him. The thing is, I'm actually a Packers fan, so I fully expect that my phone's gonna start blowing up from like my cousins and brother and people on Facebook just ask me my opinion of it. And they're gonna be surprised when I tell them, but I kind of just told y'all, you know, fuck Aaron Rodgers if he decides that this is how he's gonna freaking do it. I don't care. I'm not loyal to a player. I'm loyal to a team.